Okay, I want to show you this little point throw bar mod that I use when I scratch build turnouts. I've shown this before, but I thought I would add this in as a sort of separate reminder or feature because it might be hard to find in some of the older videos. So I take some of this K&S number 9860. Okay, it's 5 mil, right? 5 mil brass rod. Okay. And then what I do is I make a little hook. See the little hook wire there with some orbital pliers? I just bend a curl in the top and I drill a 5mm hole. Okay, I'll just show you this now. Right where the point is going to go, there's a hole that I also drilled in the point, right? You can see it there, but so I drill this hole right down into the plywood, right? Through the throw bar. Okay? So the wire, so the tail end of the wire can slip down inside of there, which you'll nibble off later when you remove the turnout from the board. And then also you can see that I drilled a hole through the end of the point. See? So this hook can go in. Watch, I'll show you. So I'm going to slide this down into the hole and then push it down so that it hooks over top. See that? So it goes down through the hole. This is copper, right? This is nickel. This is a brass rod now, and it's hooked into the point. So I'm going to put some flux on there, and when I solder that, this will help anchor the solder joint and make it a lot stronger than what it normally is when it goes back and forth, because they do tend to break. I've only had one fail on River Road so far, and I was able to fix it because it was a cold solder. But out of all the turnouts that I've built before, even before Glover Road when I did this, they never failed. And so when you lift this turnout off the board, like with isopropyl alcohol, you soften all the paper and the glue and it comes off, there will be a little bit of this brass rod protruding out of the bottom. Well, you just take a pair of nippers, right? And you just nip it off and file it flat gently or with a sanding stick, and you're good to go. You can even put a little spot of CA on the back side where the rod comes through as a little extra insurance. And I just thought I'd share that because I think it's a great little mod and it works well. And then of course I'll drill the hole for the push rod or the throw bar rod here in the insulated part of the PC board through the copper here, okay? Okay. Okay. So this is the last turnout on River Road. Well, I shouldn't really say that because there might be one on the ferry too. Depends how I build the ferry though. I mean, once again, we go into this prototype thing. You start adding all the prototype features and you just run out of space. Like even on a boat, you know. I mean, in some cases, the tug's prototypical as can be, but that's just a small subject. But this is the last actual turnout on the physical footprint of River Road. which makes, I think there's 14 turnouts in here. It seems like a lot, but it doesn't feel like it. So I'm going to join this up with normal nickel rail joiners. And then that's the frog feeder. I got to feed that down through there. And then I got this off camera to do. But that goes down. Actually, the wires pull the, when you have all these wires on here, it pulls the turnout into place quite nicely. Oh, by the way, have you ever forgot to drill the hole for this, for the switch machine? You ever lay down a turnout and forget to do that? That's painful. I almost did on this one, but I laid the drill bit out ahead of time so I wouldn't forget. Well, that looks pretty good. So the one thing about when you're up like this, you got to check things with a straight edge. So this is tangent all the way through this three-way. So I want to make sure that this track and this turnout are dead straight going down the far end of IPEX plastics. This one's going a little bit of an angle, but this one goes straight. So that'll be good. So what I'll do with this is, or what I normally do is I just get the track lined up and I just leach in a little bit of CA, like a clamp, like I'll clamp it there, or a pin, but it's liquid, right? That's super thin, which is good for wicking into things, but you don't want to wick it into any of your turnout here. So you can use medium too as well. And I'll just use that, and then I'll just pin the track down like that and let that kick. And then when I ballast and use matte medium, you know, the normal ballasting routine, she'll be more than good to go. And if I ever have to lift a section, I'll be thanking myself because it'll be easy to do. No track nails, no, you know, glue all the way through and through, right? We like to be able to save the track if we can. So yeah, so that's pretty good, eh? So right up to here, this is about the halfway mark. This is the, well, the 2/3 of section 2 down that way. And then I got quite a bit in here, like 4 feet or so more, and then 2 feet deep. And then there's section 3, which is going to be kind of interesting too. But that's the turnout in place. That's the last one. Does that ever feel good? I thought I had them all built, but I built this one today or this afternoon. And it's done and it's in place, and I can call it an evening because that was quite a long day doing that, actually, and some other things I had to do. So that's pretty good. It should be pretty busy in here. It'll be good because it's all facing point switching here. Like when you're coming in, like all this is, and the warehouse down the far end. The grain elevator will be facing point, and IPEX Plastics is facing point, and Dryco Building Supplies is facing point. And then it's the opposite with the barge slip is facing point but going the other way, and so is the brewery. So that's kind of cool. So, and they're both on 2 different blocks. So if you have 2 operators, or you're really good with DCC, you can switch back and forth at the same time. Or a lot of action. There'll be a lot of action, and it doesn't feel like it's not a puzzle track. There's a very prototypical feel to it, which I like about it. It's not a switching puzzle. So, and it's point to point with stub end staging on each side. One via the barge slip, and the other one will be just past the grain elevator onto. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do there, but I might design a sector plate. I don't know if I mentioned that, like a big tray, like picture a tray with you know, blocks of wood with 3 or 4 cars on them, where you can slide them back and forth and line up to the track for taking cars on and off the river road layout. Anyway, that's something I'm going to try to think through this summer. But anyway, I'm going to continue on this. This is going to be quite a bit of work in here. So I'll be taking the same approach that I always do on everything else. So it feels good to have all that behind me now, because it's really awesome to operate, like just switching one car, or just shifting a few tank cars, or classifying a few hoppers. It just feels awesome. But really liking things so far. So yeah, so that's good. And then what we'll do is we'll probably be dealing with Duncan Way. And this is going to be kind of a 4-track crossing here. which is going to be kind of cool because the road sort of curves. That's why I'm getting this part down, so I can start building this asphalt crossing in here. And there'll be signals, and I got some new switch stands. Yeah, some really cool stuff I want to share with you as well coming up, like some 3D printed stuff too, believe it or not. Some people are providing me a few little items. That's kind of cool too. Okay, so happy modeling, cheers, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.